Now, one might view it differently, Dr. Ajoy Kumar, but the fact is that it is the prerogative of the executive to decide. And the executive has decided, the Prime Minister has decided that the Prime Minister will inaugurate the building. It's not constitutionally incorrect. You can value add or value judge on that, but constitutionally you can't question him, sir.
So a couple of things. One is, I was hearing the previous distinguished speakers from the Rajya Sabha and the Secretary General of the Lok Sabha, ex. What is interesting and what they kept saying was that the Prime Minister can invite anyone, right? So here is a Prime Minister who invites himself. So which is pretty interesting that here is a gentleman who invites himself to inaugurate it himself, which is itself a strange way of functioning. The second issue is, there is a Lok Sabha where there is the Speaker, there is a Rajya Sabha where there is the Vice President and the Chairman. Two chambers of the Parliament. So now the Vice President cannot attend this function because if he attends, then Modi ji cannot inaugurate. The Lok Sabha Speaker can attend, but the Vice President is in the list, in the precedent list. He's above the Prime Minister, President, Vice President, Prime Minister. So Modi ji decides that no, I'm not going to call the Chairman of the Rajya Sabha because I definitely feel that because he would be the guy who will inaugurate it. Third is my distinguished colleague from the Bharatiya Janata Party says, I mean, tomorrow if you, Parliament Annex is where there is a doctor, CGHS doctor, secretariat, is it the Parliament? Or is the Parliament library the Parliament? I mean, so I was been hearing their statements throughout the day and I'm singularly amazed with the serious lack of, either mentation on this issue, that the Parliament building or the way the Rajya Lok Sabha, one second, I'll just repeat
yes.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, but but Dr. Kumar, you might say the annex or the library is not the Parliament. Neither is the Parliament building then by the virtue of that argument, sir. And to be honest, the BJP might have brought up the instance of 1975 and 1985. But if you look at it from 1957, there is a string of precedents, sir. And I can get into each one of those. But having said that, it tantamounts to the same thing. So therefore, an argument that might be a tad rich being made by the Congress.
No, so first question is, ma'am, Preeti, if Mr. Gaurav Bhatia and anybody feels that the Parliament library is the Parliament, then I live on a different planet and I need to relocate myself to the right planet. First question. I can't figure this out at all because it's very Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. But anyway, power to such thinking. That secondly, Gaurav said we brought historical legislation, GST we opposed. They opposed GST throughout. They opposed NCT against counter theft. No, so they opposed National Food Security Bill. They opposed everything which was progressive. And when we brought it, and then when we are raising issues on GST on legislative issues, and which we did, we continue to say it on 27% taxation, etc. The third point is to equate the Bharatiya Janata Party that the nation is celebrating. We had a press conference on Manipur. You can inaugurate the Parliament building, but you cannot visit Manipur once.
Okay.
You cannot walk 54,000 people. No, it's important because 54,000 people are displaced. Hundreds have died. 100 people. No, Preeti. So my question, I'll cut short. So my question is, if you look at all the 19 parties in the state governments which they control, then the BJP in minority. You want to look at statistics? I can hide any facts. TMC, Bengal. If you look at all the states, my question again is how you dress up your. You said that how you dress up, and my basic objection.
But Dr. Kumar, and I want to bring in your counterpart. You've talked about the TMC. Saket Gokhale is there from the TMC. Saket Gokhale, why shouldn't one believe that this has nothing really to do with the Parliament? Because the opposition, the TMC, the likes of the Congress have had an issue with the Parliament building from the very inception of the Parliament building. So this is a motley crew of parties coming together where it's anti-Modism and not so much of what is constitutionally right. That's the argument, Mr. Gokhale.
It's it's unfair to use the term motley crew. I mean, all of us in our own right, all the 19 opposition parties, all of us run at least one state government between each other. All of us represent one state at least. So the BJP spokesperson to talk about, oh, the BJP has so many seats and this is irrelevant. Are you saying that the people of Bengal are irrelevant? Are you saying the people of Delhi are irrelevant? Are you insulting the people of Telangana by saying that their representatives are irrelevant? This is the kind of the arrogance of the BJP. Number two, we're talking about historic occasions. Yes, the Prime Minister has the prerogative to invite whoever he wants. But why does the Prime Minister have this desperate need to be at the center of everything? The vaccine certificates need to have the Prime Minister's photo on it. The Prime Minister's photo has to be put up everywhere. The Parliament building foundation is laid by the Prime Minister. The national emblem is inaugurated by the Prime Minister. Now the building is going to be inaugurated by the Prime Minister. The head of state of India is the President of India. The Prime Minister, as the BJP spokesperson very incorrectly said, is not voted by the people of India. The Prime Minister is voted by the parliamentary party, by MPs who are elected by the people of India. It is the MPs. The Prime Minister currently is a representative of the people of Varanasi, not of the people. He's not been elected by the people of India. It's the MPs who have elected him. I think to fit the executive also, according to the constitution, the head of the executive, the head of the council, sorry, I did not interrupt you, sir, please don't interrupt me. The head of the executive, the council of ministers, of which the PM is a part, are sworn in by the President of India. The government runs in the name of the President of India. So here we talk about separation of powers. We have the executive roughshod trampling on the powers of the parliament. The BJP...
But Mr. Gokhale, I want to bring in Gaurav Bhatia, but there has been a distinction. Now, there can be a value judgment on it, and we can debate till kingdom come, but the fact is very clear that constitutionally speaking, the parliament is different than the parliament building. And that is what the two constitutional experts over there...
It's a question of... See,
so it's not constitutionally...
Here's the thing. Are we saying that Mahatma Gandhi... Wait, are we saying that Mahatma Gandhi is different from a statue of Mahatma Gandhi? So the statue should not be respected, but Mahatma Gandhi should be respected.
You can interpret it like that, but it is...
argument. This is that kind of an argument.
Well, sir, like I said, you can value judge that, you can interpret it as that, but is it constitutionally incorrect and against the Constitution?
We're not
That's
talking about
debatable and arguable.